So how do you present effectively, especially to a stranger, to a person who's outside your comfort zone? You fear that the person might not want to listen to you. What else if you want to approach them? The person tends to probably run away to avoid you altogether. So in order to be able to present effectively, you need to structure your presentation. You need to have a proper opening speech. You need to have a proper body of presentation. Even your tone, how you deliver your content, it must not be too fast, it must not be too slow, and even your body gesture. So all of this play a role in order to communicate effectively or to give a good oral presentation. So let's look at the structuring a presentation. So when you have an opening speech, you always need to remember to introduce yourself. So many times I've noticed when students wants to present certain things, so what the students tends to do is that immediately introduce the content of the presentation. So the student failed to provide proper opening speech or opening statement. So basically opening statement or opening speech involves a simple statement. Hello, Mr. So-and-so. My name is Miss Sophia and I would like to present this. So would you be able to spare 2 or 5 minutes so that I'll be able to share my insight, share my knowledge on this particular area of law? It's as simple as that. So then you move on slowly to the purpose of presentation. So why are you presenting this to a particular individual? So what's the gist? What's the importance of having this presentation? So after you introduce yourself, so you'll be like, hi, my name is Sophia. So today is the day where I'll be sharing my ideas on, let's say, pollution. So the purpose of this presentation is because of the statistic that I've shown, the number of pollution that keep occurring in Malaysia has been happening quite frequently, for example. So hence, we need to do something, and I've done certain research, and I would like to share this research so that some people will take action on how to prevent pollution from occurring. So then slowly from there, you highlight the issues, what are the current law, because you need to make sure that the law is still applicable in this current year, as opposed to the law which has already been overruled. So you use the current law and you applied it to the current situation. So there are certain do's and don'ts that you need to be aware of. Like for example, when you look at people, and you have like a crowd, so you must make sure that you address everyone. So you try to engage, have eye contact with each audience as much as possible. Instead of looking at one particular person, then other people will feel left out. So every time you introduce yourself, you have provided your content, you have also highlighted the relevant law. Don't forget to conclude. So based on this study and based on the current law, so it is suggested that this. It is highlighted this. So try to avoid using, in my opinion, or I believe that this will not happen because of this. So avoid using I. So you use third person point of view. So it is submitted, it is highlighted, all of that. So you also need to remember with regards to the tone and speech, because all students tend to be very nervous in terms of presenting, so that's why it's very important that all students practice. Practice in front of a mirror. If it helps for you, you do it. Practice in front of your friends. If you're comfortable with them, you keep doing it. Over time, you'll build up confidence so you don't rely on cue cards or you don't rely on your scripts anymore. So which is a good thing. So you have experience in terms of presenting, so you won't be as nervous as you would be if you got no experience at all. So you need to be aware of your tone, not to make sure that it's monotonous, in a sense that if it's something that you want to emphasize, but your tone of voice, you don't emphasize anything. So then people will see that there's no enthusiasm, this person has no characteristic, or there's no level of seriousness in the delivery of the speech or the presentation itself. So you need to adjust the volume of your tone so that when we hear your story, we'll be like, what? That's interesting. So things like that. So we want to see the reaction from the other people. And you have to make sure that you speak not too slow, because you want to make sure that the content of your message is delivered to the audience. So these are the certain things that you need to keep in mind, and with practice, you'll be able to conquer this. With regards to body gesture as well, So you need to excite the audience with the correct hand gesture. So you move your arms around. You don't hug your body because it tends to show that you're questioning yourself. It shows that you are not even interested in your own topic, or you're not even interested with the audience. So you want to move your hands around. You might want to even tap the person's shoulder to see that you're interested to tell your stories, and you want the other person to feel comfortable hearing to your story. So last but not least, it's always remember to have eye contact, because every semester I tend to see whenever there's video presentation, oral presentation, only certain students that can deliver a proper eye contact, whereas other students will, because they tend to memorize their script, so they will look in the air. So I'm not even sure when they stare at me, they're looking at me or they're repeating whatever they have memorized. So it's good that you just keep your, if you want to remember certain things, just put it in bullet points, and then just try to elaborate from your understanding instead of you memorizing and you reiterate word for word. So then we won't be able to capture your message. So that's how you structure your presentation, and try to practice more often so you're more comfortable with delivering your talk.